Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you aboard. We kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt.
And eat your fucking nuts. This is Confessions on the Fly with
LJ
and Flight Attendant Joe. Welcome, guys, to Confessions on the Fly. We're here at midnight.
Nope. Every time. Every time.
Can you do it? Oh, you're pouring tea. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Confessions on the Fly at the studio.
Nope.
Oh, my God. Okay. We're not. Okay. I'm going to get this by the end of the season. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Confessions on the Fly with LJ and Flight Attendant Joe. We're here at Midnight Profit Production Studios in Hollywood, California.
Nailed it.
Oh, my God.
Finally.
That's harder than going through flight attendant training. Saying those three words, I feel like I'm crazy.
That's okay.
I'm all over the place. It's so, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry, my headset's a little.
You like it when it pulls your hair? Slightly. So how you doing?
I'm great.
You doing all right?
Sorry, just at a moment.
Oh, about pulling your... I'll pull your hair on air. I don't...
Hey,
You want me to, oh.
I'm okay.
Oh, I mean, I want to be your... I'm trying to help.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Think of all the straight guys listening. And by the way, straight guys watch this and listen. They're not watching
really?
for me.
Oh.
They're hoping one day
We have straight-
like a nip shot pops out
Like a puppet.
of me. And then they'll be like, all right, now we want to see the other one. Yeah, straight dudes watch this podcast.
So,
Yeah. This is what happens when you work with a hoe.
hey, I'm not a hoe at all.
No.
No, I'm a very respectable girl. I mean,
With no soul.
I'm a soulless, respectable woman. I am not soulless.
Did you or did you not cry when you watched A Star Is Born?
Here we go. He will not live this down. You're not going to let this go.
I've been
ever.
talking about this since last year,
For
and I'm going to talk
months.
about it in 2019
For
and
months we've been
2070.
I can't deal with you.
When I'm dying and you come to see me, I'm going to say, soulless.
I'm not soulless.
She's not
My
soulless.
thoughts-
She's just heartless.
I'm not heartless. I am very heartfelt. I'm very passionate. First of all, I swear, here we go. I thought the movie was lovely. Well, as lovely as it can be. He's obsessed with the one song. At the
I'm
end
obsessed with the whole album. The whole
okay.
album's amazing.
That's fine.
Lady Gaga is incredible. I think I may like her more than Madonna now.
Whoa.
Well, because Madonna,
Let's not.
No, I
Let's
think
not.
she's so...
Don't dethrone the queen.
Oh, I can never dethrone
Madam.
Madonna, but Lady Gaga
Lady Gaga.
she just blew me away in this
Well, of
movie.
course.
And I know it's been months and months and months, and I'm still talking about it.
Her voice is incredible.
Okay. Why didn't you cry?
Okay, here we go. I'm not soulless. My thoughts on it. You're obsessed with that last final song.
And Shallows. And
Shallows is fantastic.
another one. And then all the Bradley Cooper voice deep because
First
it
of all,
makes
I
my
thought Bradley
balls
Cooper
twins.
was amazing. I
Yes.
thought his impediment work was phenomenal. There's so many things about Bradley Cooper that I thought were incredible about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're obsessed with that last song. I didn't love the song. I didn't like this. It wasn't my thing. I wasn't into that last song. And honestly, I swear, after the last like 15 minutes of the movie, after the garage, I'm not gonna say everything, but after the garage, I swear.
Well, if they haven't seen it by now,
I know. Well,
they're
but anyway,
idiots.
after the garage thing, I just feel like they ran out of money, and production was like, we gotta go. Gaga's gotta go on tour or
Yeah,
something.
I think
felt
she
like
was
it
doing the
so-
Super Bowl.
Okay, whatever, but like I feel like it was rushed. So the last 15 minutes of the movie did not.
You make me act gayer than I am.
I'll watch it again.
You make me act.
There was many songs that I thought were fantastic.
I've seen it 4 times.
I know. I thought that The Shallows is a great song. I sing it in the shower. I'm trying to learn it on the uke.
I've been talking about this since 2018.
No.
I think every time we talk on the phone, she's like, hey, and I'm like, oh, Heartless, what's up? Hashtag Heartless LJ. No, she's really not heartless,
I'm not
but
heartless at
my
all.
sister-in-law didn't cry either. She's heartless.
Oh.
Sorry, Sarah. Call it out, Sarah, my sister-in-law.
I cry at other things. I cry at every episode of The West Wing. But that's a whole.
I cry about every time I see the current Republican administration.
Yeah, there we go.
So I guess we're all on the same page regarding the White House and crying.
That's fine.
I mean, that's just what
Very
happened.
fidgety today.
What's wrong with
I
you?
don't know.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're not wearing any, like, butt plugs or anything, are you? Well, I don't know. You seem very like you have ants in your pants or butt plugs in your butt.
Ew!
Is that inappropriate?
Yes!
I don't know what to tell you. But
Don't
yeah,
put that out there in the universe. I don't want people thinking that about me.
because once you put it out there,
Yes.
that's what. So
I
the
know,
next
so
time,
stop it.
so the next time you work on an airplane and one of your coworkers who knows you and is going to be sitting on the jump seat next to you, and they're going to be like, I wonder if she's fidgety
That's awful.
because she has a plug.
No!
Hashtag butt plug.
This is so inappropriate.
I know. I love it.
Remember when we used to talk about like airline stuff? The whole point of Confessions on the Fly?
Should we change the name? Hey, you know what? Let's play a question. Let's do a Q&A episode.
Q&A!
Because I don't know what else to talk about now. Because we've already talked about butt plugs, and that should be the end of the episode. So let's do a Q&A, because these are my favorite episodes.
They're great.
I love answering questions.
I know.
So I have some questions here. Are you ready?
Great. I
We'll
love
try
it.
to get through as many as possible.
I like
okay?
that. Let's
All right.
do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready for some questions?
ready.
Maybe one of your questions will be read. You're not sick, are you?
No, I'm not sick. Sorry.
You just coughed all over me. You coughed all over my book. This is a great time to segue real quick. I don't know if you know this about me, ladies and gentlemen, but I have not only written one book, I've written dose books. Fasten your seatbelts and eat your fucking nuts, and Flight Attendant Joe, both available on Amazon, iTunes, Nook, Kobo, paperback on Amazon, $14.99, ebooks $4.99. I think this one's a little more. This is like 17 something because
Well,
it's so thick. High five. So, because when you're in LA, you got to be kind of douchey and sell yourself.
Nice.
So, buy my books if you think we're funny. If you don't think we're funny, still buy the books. All right,
Don't tell us
questions.
that you don't think we're funny.
And don't leave a bad fucking Amazon review, because I hate people. What did your mother teach you? If you don't
Don't
have
have anything nice to say. Don't say anything at all.
Exactly.
Really not that difficult.
Or just don't write it on Amazon.
Exactly.
That too.
I
All right.
think if you're going out of your way to write a bad review, you have way too much time on your hands.
I agree.
I don't like if you're going to put that kind of negativity out into the world, you have way too much time on your hands.
I think that my philosophy is this:
Find a craft.
go
Learn an instrument.
play something yourself. Or anything.
Or someone else.
Oh, there's the girl I know. That's where all the straight guys right now had it really.
Cheeky.
They had the volume down really low, and then you said "play with myself," and then they were like, "What? This show's interesting. We don't want to hear the queen. We want to hear the hot babe." Did I call myself a queen? Oh, you make me gay. So yeah, if you don't have anything nice to say about people's books, don't fucking say anything.
Exactly.
Like when I read a book that I'm really not a big fan of, I just don't leave a review. Because I feel like that's my feedback to you that the book is not good. You're not going to get my words.
Correct.
See?
Deal.
You're a hoe, but I still love working with you. So, question number one.
Question number one.
Do you have any stories where you were deeply touched or...
Sorry, I just started singing.
And I said, do you have any stories where you were deeply touched? And I was like, is this going to be a 10-hour episode just from you? That's the first time all season that I've been able to make you snort. Oh, that's good. Oh, makes me happy. So let me go back.
Okay,
Do you
sorry.
have any stories where you were deeply touched or struck an emotional chord with you? This question was written in by Monica. Monica, thank you
Thanks,
for your
Monica.
question. Do you have any stories that deeply impacted you while you were working?
Of course.
Please share.
One or two, maybe, might be in my personal book. I will never forget, again, in the beginning, I had a woman in 3C. No, 3A, sorry, sitting at the window, row 3, came on the aircraft and just said hi, didn't notice her at first. Curly hair, kept to herself, and during drink service, I noticed she had headphones in, and she was just staring out the window, and she was just not loud or anything like that, but she just had like tears streaming down her face. Kept to herself, which was fine. She can see that I was coming down the aisle with a cart. Didn't want anything, but I just wanted to give her napkins because I just wanted her to know that I recognized that she was having a rough time.
Right.
And if she needed anything, that I was there for her.
Okay.
And just left it at that. Did service. It was fine. Throughout the whole entire flight, she just sat out staring out the window and crying. She didn't get up to go to the bathroom. I think I was doing a transcon. It was a long flight. So at one point, again, she's still crying throughout the aircraft. And that just makes me, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I can fix it, if I can help or do anything like that. So I wrote a little note on a napkin and I said, if you need anything, my name's LJ. And just passed that over. And that was it. When we landed, she got up when I was in one of the first couple rows there. She got up and she was exiting the aircraft and literally came right up to me, hugged me, started weeping in my arms, and that was it. And then she pulled me aside and she just said, "Thank you so much." And I said, "I don't know what's going on, but I see you and you're going to get through whatever it is." And then she left and that was it.
You never found out?
No idea.
Oh.
But I think it just was such a human moment of somebody recognizing somebody else's.
Are you crying?
No.
Oh,
Love to make me cry.
No, I just wish I had a tissue.
Crying.
Because I think you're going to cry.
No, I just think it was a lovely human moment of just recognizing somebody you never know.
You picked up on someone's pain.
Like somebody's going through something. Everybody's going through something. So that I think was a big one. And then I have another one. A woman in row 1.
God, you remember the rows.
Because I remember where people are sitting.
Oh, okay.
So I remember where people are sitting and where I see you.
Okay. You're very observant of other humans. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, as an actor and everything, human behavior is like watching people get uncomfortable when they're lying, or you learn little nuances of how people cope, and you know what I mean. So identifying human behavior is something that I think I'm proud of that I can do.
That's good. That's a good quality in a human.
So there was a woman with special needs, younger, I think late teens, early 20s, maybe, with very special needs. Came on with a wheelchair, needed help, had some devices to help with going to the restroom, that kind of
She had a lot going on.
She had a lot going on, and she was afraid of flying, and she was flying by herself.
Jesus.
So she was her family member had met her at the gate, helped her get on board, and then she was going to meet somebody in her other destination. The crew was informed. We were all aware. We met her beforehand, asked if there's anything that we can do and help. The loveliest, she could not have been sat next to lovelier human beings, which was such a blessing, that were just really kind and loving and attentive to her as well. They didn't have to be, they just were, and were really kind people. I will never forget this, because the guy 2 rows back in 2 or 3 rows back, 4 rows back on the aisle was so pissed off because we ran out of Jack Daniels.
That was the most important thing.
He was trying to berate me and rip me a new one because of that.
Just because you were out of Jack Daniels?
Just because we were out of Jack Daniels. And this girl was so appreciative and grateful and didn't want anything, and we're trying to make her feel comfortable and all this stuff. And I was like, this person, it was just such a clear visual of priorities.
Right. Well, everyone's priorities are different.
For themselves, and how grateful somebody is just to be able to get from point to A to point B, and the other person, don't make me cry.
I'm not making you cry.
And then the other person is most concerned about your booze.
I apologize for saying you were soulless and heartless for not liking Lady Gaga's song, because you're getting teary-eyed here.
I cry over Hallmark commercials.
Yes. I have a story like that kind of. I had this woman on. We were taxiing to the runway, and she was on her phone talking. And the other I was the lead, and the other flight attendant kept yelling at her, "Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am." And finally, the mid-cabin flight attendant came to me and said, "She's not listening to me." So I walked over and I said, ma'am, and she just looked at me and she looked like she was hit by a car. And she just looked up at me. She goes, I just found out my mother died. And I said, talk on the phone until the call ends, until we're up high enough, like, because I know the plane's not going to go down. Yeah. And I was just like, you do you. And then when I walked back, the mid-cabin flight attendant was like, did she shut off her phone? I said, she's got a lot going on. Her mom just died. But I was like, sit down and put your jump seat on. I'm done with you. Like, I was just done.
I would lose.
Well, it made me think about it. That moment was very prolific for me because it made me realize, oh my God, everybody has shit they're dealing with, and it's not my job to be an asshole to people on the airplane, and just sometimes asking, like if somebody's on the phone and you need to shut it off, is there something going on? Do you need help with something?
Do you need us to go back to the gate?
Do we need to go back to the gate?
Yeah.
And it was a 6-hour flight, so of course, I was her therapist. But yeah,
I was going to say, were you able to?
Yeah, and it was when that movie Life of Pi had come out.
Oh my God!
She came up because I was like, watch a movie, and then she came up, and I bought her a movie.
That was 2013. I think that was around 2013 because that was when my dad had his accident, and that was right before I became a flight attendant. That was one of the reasons why.
I bought her a movie, and that was the movie she watched, and she came up, she was crying even harder, and I'm like, why would you watch that? There's more Jack Daniels, and that's why LJ ran out.
There you go. I watched Life of Pi and was reading the book The Shack at the same time on the same flight. Mm-hmm. The worst combination. I was just a bawling, hysterical mess, and my dad was just in an accident, and I ended up later moving for a couple months. Not to change the subject.
Sorry. No, it's okay.
Whole different thing.
Did you see the movie last year, Adrift?
No, I didn't. No.
Watch it.
What is that one? Wait,
it's about two lovebirds who set sail for America, and then they hit a hurricane, and there's a moment at the end of the movie where you literally want to just open the airplane door and jump out because you're like, holy shit, I did not pick up on that.
Wow.
So watch it.
Okay.
And then watch it. Okay. Do we have time for a second question? I think we're doing well, right?
Oh yeah,
we go. Okay, funny. Second question. This is from Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Well, Nate, we obviously are going to know where Nate's brain is. How do you get a flight attendant's phone number without sounding creepy? Nate, are you 13? Nate, you sound like a 13-year-old. But
13-year-old boy.
We're going to answer your question because 13, I think you got hair. So we'll answer.
Oh, did
I say that? I said, can I say that? I don't know. I haven't seen a naked 13-year-old since I was a naked 13-year-old. I'm not a Catholic priest.
Oh, my. Here we go.
What? The only people that see naked 13-year-olds are Catholic priests and their parents.
And doctors.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Doctors.
Mostly Catholic priests.
Don't they do that cough thing for you guys at that point?
I don't think at 13.
When do you do the coughing? Don't they hold
when I got pneumonia.
Business?
Only if you're lucky. I got a new doctor.
Anyway.
I picked my new doctor because he's hot, and soon it's going to be time for my prostate exams when I'm 50, so I want to be set up so that when I go in, I'm not like, did you just snort again? Because, when you hit 50, you start getting fingered at the doctor, and I don't want some woman, like, I had this, my doctor retired, and I had to find a new one, and I thought, I'm 46, soon I'm going to have to go to the doctor, and things are going to happen, and I want a better experience. And I don't want, because every time I would go to the doctor with my female doctor, she would say I was obese, and then she'd, check my rectum, and I would be like, that's not how you take me out on a date. So I picked a hot guy to finger me when I go to the doctor. So, hey, you do you. There's so many gays listening right now going, amen, honey. Yes, right, girl. And all the straight guys are like, oh my God, 3 times in one episode that you snorted?
I can't. I'm in a very weird mood today. Don't mind me.
I love when you're in a weird mood.
God.
So, yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, all you straight men who just clinched up when I said getting fingered by the doctor.
There you go.
Welcome to turning 50.
What was
the question was, ladies and gentlemen, a 13-year-old.
Okay.
I don't think he's 13.
13-year-old.
How do you get a flight attendant's phone number without sounding creepy? I'm going to let you answer this.
Oh.
Well, I have a story, too.
Oh, okay.
First of all, you answer it. No, I have more
things
to say.
to say.
First of all, I don't think you should expect the flight attendant to give you your number. You should give your number to the flight attendant.
Okay.
What? Now you can go.
Now I can speak. Thanks. On my own damn show. Thanks.
Your name comes first, so that means I get to jump ahead because I'm
I
second.
should come first. Always.
I've never been with a woman, but I don't think that's scientifically possible.
For a woman to come first?
Yeah.
They better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean...
Oh my! I have no idea how gay.
God.
I don't know how heterosexual sex works.
This is so off the
I've
rails.
watched so much porn in my life, and and then when you just said that, I was like, yeah, because if the guy comes first, the girl's just laying there like, should I cook dinner? Should I vacuum? And
Do I go finish myself off in the bathroom?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the girl from last season who broke her vibrator.
No.
I like. What is that
Look
called?
at this book. Oh my God.
Listen,
We're
you're-
just, fasten your seatbelt
Hey,
and
what-
eat your
what is-
or flight attendant
Listen,
juice.
what? Thank you.
Book.
Oh,
We're
I
just
love
going
that
to
book.
promote the
What-
books. You can find them on Amazon.
What is that
Or-
called? What is that called when you reference back something in TV?
Callback.
A turnaround?
No.
Reach around. Callback. I'll get Hollywood one day.
And
So what? How could a guy get your phone
well,
number?
I've picked up dudes on an aircraft.
Oh, sorry, I keep interrupting. I'm very hyper today.
I know.
Go
We're
ahead.
both in very weird moods.
It's
today.
great.
I picked up a dude on an aircraft on my way to Austin before years ago. He was really cute.
Yeah,
we went on a
hot.
couple fun dates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You picked him up.
I did. He was very cute. Well, my coworker and I were we had this code.
Right.
We had this code of what do you want to have for dinner tonight, and he would say Italian or this or that.
But you were really talking about
People.
yes. Oh,
we were
jeez.
really talking about the dudes coming on the aircraft.
Right.
What are you into for night? Do you want Indian food? Do you want Italian food? Do you want this?
I love Indian food, but not Indian men.
Chinese food. So we would have a code of like, oh, I'm not really hungry for that. Or when somebody was coming on, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll definitely go out for that tonight. You know, that kind of thing.
Slut talk.
Slut talk.
Yes.
So
Told you.
So when somebody came on, he was really, really cute. I was like, oh yeah, I definitely bought whatever it was Italian for the night. Yep. So he kind of like set it up. So he knew. And then I bought him a drink
On the
aircraft.
plane.
Yes. Said hello, bought him a drink on the aircraft. And then when he came to the back of the aircraft to go to the restroom, my coworker, he's very sweet. He started like talking to him, like just, warming him up or whatever, just saying, hey, like, oh, hey, were you traveling for work or this or that? Right. And then I jumped in, and then Tony casually walks to the front of the aircraft and like gives us time to kind of chat. So we did that a couple times.
And you went into the laugh?
No, I did not go into the laugh with him.
The story's boring. Go ahead.
But then I got his number.
And then you went into the lab at his house. I don't know. So do you think there's a way somebody can, because the question is, how do you give your, like, how do you pick up a flight attendant?
Well, first of all, don't do it while I'm doing service in front of everybody. That's very awkward. I think, number one, if you're nice, if you want to grab our attention, I think being nice and courteous is number one. Saying please and thank you, asking me if you ask me how my day is or anything like that, I'm so totally thrown off guard because nobody talks to me other than to ask me for a Diet Coke or whatever. Right. So that number one perks me up and makes me actually look at you and pay attention.
Right. Like, oh my God,
I'm a human.
Right.
Somebody asked me how my day was. So little things like that. And then if you come to the front or the back galley, depending on if I'm lead flight attendant or in the back, to like just talk for a few minutes before going to the restroom or whatever, or asking me for something, that opens up the means for a conversation.
Sure. So if they just come back to you and they're like, hey, how's your flight? How you doing? What are you doing tonight? Yeah. Can I know what hotel you're staying at? What room will you be in?
Much.
Did I go too far?
A little bit too far.
Okay.
But I think just starting with attention is lovely. I think it's just
unless they're homely.
Well, yeah.
If they're ugly, just say no.
And you can tell if a flight attendant's shutting it down or not.
Right.
Because we don't want to talk.
Right. But if a hot guy came to the back of the airplane and was like, hey, man, I don't know, you guys have such a rough job, but you look so amazing.
whatever you want.
Well, please.
Let me buy you a drink. First of all, number one.
I don't even want to say what's going to happen, but it had to do with your underwear coming off.
Well, did you ever tell that story of, that's a whole nother, you telling that pilot that I wasn't wearing underwear?
Oh my God, I love my job sometimes. I just said I didn't like my job a few weeks ago, but now I love it.
And it wasn't true either.
But yeah, that's a long story.
Yeah, you
were like 10 rows up, and he was in the back alley with me, and I said he was like, "Oh my God, she's so hot," because pilots are dirty and they're filthy, and I said, "Oh yeah, she's disgusting. Watch, she's not even wearing underwear. Watch." And I got your attention, and you turned around, and I mimed like, "No underwear," and you thumbs up, and I was like, "See?"
No,
I was like,
didn't know what he was saying.
And I said, when she gets up from the jump seat, you hear, and he was like boned up, and I was like, "Take it to the flight deck, please."
I'm so disgusting.
I worked once with a female flight attendant, and we both got this. We got one guy, some hot, bearded, sexy dude from Maine. He was from Maine. Like, he was a lumberjack. Like, he could break...
That's my type.
We need to call the producer in here for some tissue.
Nate, might need to clean the seat.
You made me lose track because you grabbed me and I just felt your sexual tension in my muscular arm.
I'm on a mission this year.
Yeah, I can tell. But he gave us both his number. He was this hot lumberjack from Maine, and he looked like he could bench press us both.
Love it.
I know you do.
Yes.
And we found out later on that he gave us both his number. It was amazing.
Wait, he gave you his number?
He gave me his phone number, and then he gave it to the female flight attendant's phone number. And I was like,
Buddy.
And you know what the funny thing is? I've never written about that in one of my books that I'm showing you again. No, that story won't be told for a long time.
Okay.
Because I don't remember all the deets, and I like to be very detailed about story. But I just remember her and I thinking,
fight it out.
Who's going to get him?
Yeah, who's going to get him?
And I said, you can have him. And she's like, you can have him. I said, well, I'm married, so I really can't have him. So if you have him and send me dick pics, I think everyone wins. I think they went on a date.
Fair enough.
Never got a dick pic because you can't trust female flight attendants.
It's true. They hoard those things.
Whores. All right. Do we have time for the last one? Yeah, let's do it.
Why not?
What's the grossest thing you've ever... I didn't even finish the question.
I know, but just when you say the grossest thing, I was like, I already know this is going downhill.
Calm. We always love to go downhill.
And there.
What's the grossest thing you've ever found after deplaning the airplane? This is from Alan with an E.
Alan with an E. Thanks.
Thanks, Alan with an E.
Thanks, Alan with an E.
That's how rich people spell their name, I think.
They?
Yeah, I think A-N, they're poor. Oh, anyone with the name A-L-A-N, I'm joking. Stop it. Don't leave a bad review.
It's fine.
What's the grossest thing you've ever found?
Wasn't found on the plane. Did I ever tell you that story about the old lady's...
I don't know where you're going.
Personal device that rolled out of the aircraft to the back? A dildo.
A woman's dildo?
Yeah. Rolled out of their like their.
So you were still traveling though? You were flying, or was this after?
No, that wasn't during deplaning.
So that's fine. That's the grossest thing you've ever found. Don't worry.
Well, that was gross. I mean, I found condoms, which is gross.
Excuse me. It's better than farting. It's better than farting. We're in a small room, and my omelet this morning is going to sound much better coming out of my mouth than the chili I had last night coming out of the bottle. Are you okay? It's just a burp. I mean, like I said, I could have farted. That would have been fun. Maybe later on in the season. Okay. I'm gonna start off small.
Oh my God, I'm good.
All right, so
we're in a very weird mood today.
A dildo. That's probably sounded so gross, right? That burp,
fine.
But it came out of my nose. So
no,
so
condoms, diapers.
You found a condom? Was it used?
Condom.
Did you smell it?
Oh God, no.
I don't know how you're gonna know if it's used.
Condoms, diapers, the dildo story.
That's the best.
That was, yeah. What other weird stuff have I found on planes?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever found anything gross on the airplane.
I mean, people leave a mess.
I've had gross things happen.
Oh! I had people leave like disgusting food in the seat back pocket.
Yeah, people love to use it as their garbage
It's
can.
like but like we come through the cabin with trash bins. You know, I don't understand why you want to leave your tuna in there.
I know what's the grossest thing I've ever found. A clear garbage bag filled with vomit.
Oh, but there's
And it was like reddish brown, like the chili I had the other day. But it came out the front.
yeah. There's been a lot
and
of.
you pick it up and you're like,
Oh,
and you're like, burn the plane. Burn the plane down.
I'm done.
Who vomits in a garbage bag?
and leaves it.
That's not even one that we gave you. It was like a bag that was like a Ziploc bag. And it was,
Oh my God,
and
I'm
it
gonna
was
get sick.
filled with so much liquidy bile.
Okay, and we're done. Good. Look at that. The timer.
And that was the grossest thing. Is that it?
God. Oh.
Are we done? Is everyone grossed out by my burp and our vomit story?
So much vomit.
I still love that dildo story. Did you keep it?
No. It was so funny. I think one of our flight attendants thought it was hilarious. No, I don't remember.
No. You mean you don't remember taking it?
No, I don't remember.
I bet when I go to your house tonight, it's going to be on your bedside table.
So just,
I love you.
just like stuck there, hanging out.
Oh, but that's how you ride
Hanging
them.
to the left.
Oh! All right, take us out. I'm done. I can't say anything more
Guys,
today.
this is Confessions on the Fly. I'm LJ.
I am flight attendant disgusting.
Yeah,
Joe.
you're
Yes,
disgusting.
I'm sorry.
This episode went off the rails, but thank you so much for your questions.
These are my favorite episodes.
You love this.
Yeah, I hate talking about being a flight attendant. I'm ready to change the name of the podcast.
Jesus. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. We really want to interact with you and get to know you a little better. So let us know what you like, what you don't like. Actually, just let us know what you like.
Yes. Yes, flightattendantjoe.com. You can, what's your website? Because I don't remember anything.
LauraJeanSalerno.com.
That was so simple.
I know.
Buy my books on Amazon. You guys have a great day. We'll
Check
see
out
you
the
next
blog.
week.
We'll
Check
see you
out the
next
blog. See you
time.
next week.
Bye. Thanks for watching Confessions on the Fly with LJ and Flight Attendant Joe. Click the notification bell, subscribe below, and for more videos you can click right here. See you soon.